Hello, guys. Come in, come in, come in, come in. Hi, guys. Welcome back, and thank you so much for being here. What's going on, guys? Of course, I'm Jade. If you're new here, please hit the like button and also share this video. Thank you, guys, so much for being here. Alas, it's 2026. And this family is still beefing with one another. When I saw this notification, I was just like, hey, gosh, really? Are we still doing this in 2026? Okay. But mind you, and this is obviously just my opinion on this, okay? I reckon I could be wrong, whatever. But I feel like these family, not to say that the beef is not real or anything. I hope you guys can hear me. Let me do a quick sound check. This is not to say that the beef is not real, because the beef is very, very much real. Okay. But my thing is, these people, they have now realized that the only way that they can stay relevant, which is obviously the case with everything else, everyone else who wants to be on social media, who's narcissistic enough to actually, sell their soul, sell whatever, in order for them to gain notoriety. Hello? Okay. So I wanted to make sure that you guys can hear me, and yes, you can. So this goes for everybody who's so desperate enough to want that fame that they will do anything to achieve it. Okay. And so that's what I think this is. Like, they have realized that, again, like I said, the beef is very, very real. The issue is real. They are truly beefing and fighting each other. But they have realized that, especially when things are dwindling down and people have moved on to other things, they have realized that in order for them to like continue to be the talk of the social media space, they have to go to certain extremities, you know, and in this case, allegedly arresting their own mother, according to what I have not watched this video in its entirety, but according to what I have surmised from it. So apparently, Nurse Glory had their mom arrested. So Amaka is going to walk us through how that happened. It's pathetic. And before we even start the reaction, let me say this, because I know that there will be the people that will come. Please, guys, as you are coming in, just hit the like button. Thank you. There are people that will come in and watch me and disagree with my opinion, maybe because they are team Amaka or they are team Nurse Glory or whatever. So to those people, hear me and hear me very good. I don't give two F's which camp you are on. I don't care which of the two you defend. I have no skin in this game. I have no dog in this fight. My own is to see the things happening and analyze it, give an opinion based on my unbiased analysis of it, based on my unbiased views. I don't care if you are on team whatever and you don't like what I said. Don't get mad at me. Okay, go to your platform and vent over there, because you do not get to police what I say, what I feel. If you think, oh, I'm not siding with Amaka or I'm not siding with Nurse Glory, I am biased towards Amaka or I'm biased towards Glory, now Nasabi, that's your cup of tea. People can continue to be fighting to belong in this cult of Team Amaka, Team Glory, Team their mother. That's not me. Okay? I hope that is very clear. And if you think I'm saying things and you think I am favoring one sister over the other, that's because that's how I view it. That's how I see it. You don't have to see it my way, but you do not have a right to police my opinion or force feed your opinion on me. You do not have a right to do that. Want to vent, go and vent. Don't force me to see things your way. Because if anything, for those of you, I've always known this throughout my life, but for those of you who do not know this, okay, if there is one thing that social media, that I hope that some of you will take from social media, those of you who do not know things, maybe because of your upbringing or whatever, one thing that I hope that you will take from social media is that people are raised differently. People's backgrounds are so different. People are raised so differently. And so you just have to find a way to make allowances to accommodate other people who have a differing opinion from yours. Don't get mad. Don't accuse me of taking side. No, because I'm seeing something a certain way, does not mean I'm taking side. You don't know what I'm going to say when Nurse Glory eventually tell her side. Maybe she has already told her side, but when I eventually hear Nurse Glory's side, you don't know what I'm going to say. Or when Amaka emphasizes on certain things and shed more light, you don't know what I'm going to say. So trying to trying to accuse me of taking side is an exercise in futility. It will never happen. You can never win that conversation with me. Okay. So anyways, let's go ahead and do a reaction to this. Sorry, I went on a long-winded tangent, because some of you just need to be drilled. These things need to be drilled into your head, because unless somebody is seeing it your way, that person is taking side, which is really crazy to me, because really you can't be that sheltered to not realize that people have their own opinions. But anyways, let's go. Let's listen.
Hello guys, today is my birthday and I've decided to let the cat out of the bag. I need the world to know how my two siblings have been maltreating my mom. We're no longer growing young anymore.
It's so funny how she's saying she wants to let the cat out of the bag because today's her birthday. To me, I feel like there's a certain level of narcissism about that. Maybe there are new information that you're about to share, but let's not act as if you've not been letting the cat out of the bag for the past year. Let's not act as if you guys have not been dragging yourself as if this is the first time that you are telling your story. Let's not act like that, because at the end of the day, we've grown. In fact, some of us have grown tired of you telling your story, because you're always fighting. So let's not act like this is the first time, like you've been silent all this time, you've been keeping quiet. No, the internet pretty much knows your story from beginning, middle, and the end at this point. So let's not gaslight each other like that.
I will start with my elder brother. My elder brother brought Faith to the family, and you'll be wondering who is Faith. Faith is the mother to my niece. Eric brought Faith to the family and introduced her as the girl he wants to marry, that we should please embrace her like our own. We're not in Nigeria then. We're still in the Philippines studying, but the news came to us. My late sister was still alive then, but this girl chose to love us with all her heart, and we returned the same. My mother fell in love with Faith. Faith has been helpful. She's been helping my late sister carry her poop, carry her pee, wash her clothes until she passed. We are not there. If now you, person we never see, they do that kind of thing for your sister, you go join outsiders, fight them. No. Then my brother saw how we are blending with his girlfriend. He now got her pregnant. And my mother collected the child and was taking care of her. So any little money my mom gets, she put it on Mesoma's clothing, pampers, milk, and the rest. So Eric saw that we are blending so much. He was so happy. Then I don't know what happened. He went outside and cheated on Faith and got another girl pregnant. And came and told Faith that he got another girl pregnant. That somebody told him that Faith is cheating on him. And Faith said, please, can you tell me who told you that I was cheating on you. But Eric couldn't bring anything. And me, I started fighting Eric. I was like, how can somebody tell you something without evidence? And you believed? And to the extent of getting another person pregnant.
For me, I don't even think anybody told him that she cheated. I think that was just an out. He knows that he has done something egregious, and he was looking for a way basically to justify the reason why he did what he did. And so he cooked up this whole thing about how somebody told him that she was cheating. And this is the same Erico, that one that I used to call Igwe Tupac. Like, it's so crazy. Again, when you just look at these people, their family, everything that they have done, to themselves and to others, and all the secrets that they are revealing about their lives, what that tells me is that there is no structure. These people, they grew up in the absence of any kind of moral guidance. They just grew up like with zero morals. Zero morals. They have none. Because, like, there is no other explanation. There's no other way to explain this nonsense, this sick, twisted behavior of theirs, other than because they have no moral compass. They had none growing up. They were not raised, they did not have the privilege of having a moral compass. And obviously, the buck stops with their parents, their mom and their dad. And I'm sorry, I feel like their parents did a piss poor job raising them. That's just what I feel. Because I don't like, this is not even normal. People who are not even Nigerians or whatever, who are watching them act like this on social media, will be like thinking, Abi, is this how all Nigerians are? I am telling you, if you're wondering about that, if you're a non-Nigerian and you are wondering about that, I am telling you that this is, you see the behavior of Amaka, Glory, Eric, even their mom. This is not a typical behavior from Nigerians. I know that so many bad people, so many Nigerians have misrepresented Nigeria in such a way that the vast majority of the world now see us in bad light. And this kind of stories also does not help. But I am telling you that this is not how majority of Nigerians were raised. You know how they say empty drums make the loudest noise? That's what you're seeing here. The vast majority of Nigerians do not behave this way. They don't act like this. So if there is anything that I can, if there's any light that I can shed into this behavior, if you have questions, because I will question too. If I saw somebody from a different country behaving this way, I will question if this is something that is an anomaly or if there's something that is like very normal in their culture, in their country. But I am telling you that this is not normal. I promise you, this is not normal. These are just, in my opinion, really like, we are all flawed, right? But these are just morally flawed people in the extreme. I'm telling you, in the extreme. So these are not QD says, yep, very deceiving. Did his wrong, now claiming it. Yeah, they always do that. They always do that. We have seen this story so many times. When men behave badly, instead of just owning their shit, instead of just, you know, apologizing and having a mea culpa moment and being like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I fucked up. No, they want to like alleviate some of the blames away from themselves, to the point where they'll literally make things up. They'll literally accuse their victim of doing something that basically facilitated them to do what they did, because they cannot bring themselves to like own their shit. And so, because they can't bring themselves to own their shit, the next best thing is to blame their victim, to make it seem as though it was what you did that led to me cheating or that led to me putting my hands on you. It's the good old look what you made me do. People, narcissists who cannot take accountability for their actions, they cannot accept the shame, will turn around and say, look what you made me do. It was your action. Oh, I heard you were cheating on me. You heard your girlfriend who's pregnant, who practically lives with you guys. You heard she was cheating and did not confront her about it. With everything that she's done, and according to Amaka, everything that she did, according to Amaka, she was packing their late sister's poop. Like, what, a girl who is that dedicated to that family, there is no way such a girl would cheat. A girl that was as dedicated, wanting to be accepted, so much so that she was packing one of their sick sisters' poop. That is the height. That is the epitome of loyalty, of wanting to belong in this family, of doing whatever it took to be a member of this family. So I obviously don't know them from a hole in the wall, but based on what she has said, I am more inclined to say that Faith did not cheat. This guy was the one who cheated. And when he got caught on account of him impregnating somebody else, instead of just taking the L, they started to push the blame on the girl that he cheated with. Basically.
It does not make sense. Why are you maltreating this girl now? Why? Why are you making her cry? And I've not even met Faith though. It's on phone. Me, I hate injustice. When I see you are treating people less because they don't have anybody to speak for them, I dislike it so much. And that is why they don't like me in my family. I told Eric, it don't make sense now. Person just tell you, say, your babe, they knock person or get boyfriend. You don't even see evidence. You don't even still tell her who tell you. It don't make sense. Just talk, say you go give person belly outside. Just tell her that you got somebody pregnant and stop beating around the bush.
Exactly. Isn't that what I just said?
My mother heard of it and was angry with my elder brother and said, why? And then my elder brother now gave birth to the child. I wanted to bring the child to the family again so my mother can take care. My mother said no, that he should take care of that one. That he should take care of that child. Because if he knows how much pampers and milk is, he wouldn't have get another person pregnant. Because I choose to take care of this one doesn't give you the right to push more responsibilities on me. And besides, this is not nice in our culture. Getting younger girls pregnant without marrying them is not good in my culture. And you people know. He started fighting my mom. Started accusing Faith of using jazz for us to love her and not support him. For us to be with her and not be with him. He started fighting Faith, fighting all of us. He came on social media and was triggering my mom because you guys know my mother goes to church. My mother is a church goer. So he started posting Jesus, making caricature of Jesus, just to make my mother angry. We are seeing that. We even neglected him. But people, he forgot that there are still Christians. Did you get? People started reporting his Facebook page until Facebook brought it down. Until what? Facebook brought his page down and he started accusing me. But before the accusation, now let me take you to Nurse Glory's own. So even while my older brother accused me of bringing his page down, God knows that I did not do it. It was people that was reporting his page because how he was insulting Jesus on his page to get to my mother. So Nurse Glory came back to Nigeria and they got a place where they were staying with her husband, and she now called my mom to bring my other brothers along with her to come to Abuja. So they were staying in an Airbnb, and while they were staying there, they were now looking for a place to rent. So while they were talking about their the amount they want to use and rent, my mother had it and called my sister and asked my sister that this money you're about to give these people, you're not going to stay in Nigeria for a longer time. The money you're about to give these people, why not use it, add small money, buy a property and rent it out? Remember what happened to your sister? That is me. You remember when I came to Nigeria one time, Facebook demonetized my page and I was stopped earning for 1 year and I made up to $7,500. Facebook did not pay me back. Up to today, Facebook did not pay me because why? Because I have overstayed to what? To receive the money. So my mother was telling my sister that what if Facebook decided to stop paying you and you people know you're not working? This is your solely main of income, stream of income. This money you are dashing these people, don't you know that if you buy a property or a land, build something and be renting it out, it's part of your income. It's part of your income. Nobody is taking it from you. It is yours. You will be happy that, oh, this is the best thing I have done for myself. You know how, imagine how much amount of money they are calling just for a 1 year rent. Yeah? You can do the same business and the money will be coming to you. She now said, Mommy, it's true. Thank you for this advice. Okay, my mother now told her, go and discuss with your husband. Discuss with your husband just in case Facebook decided to misbehave how they are misbehaving. Remember your sister. Remember what happened to her own page. That money is still there. It hasn't come. She has not received it. I'm just worried for you and these boys. So she went and discussed with her husband. Her husband said no, that he cannot invest anything in Nigeria, that he doesn't trust the people in this country. My sister said, okay. My sister called me and told me. And I said, sis, even if you don't want to invest in Nigeria, Serbia, his home country, you can invest there. You can buy something. Since foreigners are always coming to Serbia, at least have your own Airbnb. Did you get? She now said, okay. She now told her husband and gave her that business idea. So that was when they started sorting for land. You guys remember the land they posted one time that they want to build container house? Yes, it was the idea that we gave them. Did you get? And they found out that land is so expensive in Abuja. But my mother was even trying to tell her that you don't necessarily have to be in Gwarimpa. Go to places that you can buy land of 20 million or even buy property and just leave it there, until he said he doesn't want to invest in Nigeria. My mother said, okay. Did you get? Then they finally rented that place that got expired in Gwarimpa recently. They were living happily, guys. Everybody was living happily. My brother was helpful. My whole brother was their gate man. My younger brother was carrying JJ. You guys see how up he used to be. 2 a.m. Joshua is still up with JJ. Glory, so that Glory can have free time, do whatever she wants to do, go out, hang around. My mother will be taking care of JJ, babysitting and everything. Until one day, Darko came to the house and find out that water entered his weed. And he was now asking, did your brothers pour water in my weed? And Glory said,
How did the water enter his weed? How did he even bring weed into Nigeria? Or did he buy? I have so many questions. Again, this is where I feel like the gaslighting thing comes into play, because they have this story except from the first one about how the brother impregnated two young ladies at the same time. Most of these stories we've already heard. So positioning yourself, starting your video by saying it's your birthday and you want to tell everything, to me is disingenuous, because we already know. Even this whole weed situation, we know of it already.
my brothers do that. They can't even do that. And they started having exchange of words. Mind you, my mother was seated there. They started having exchange of words, and then Darko wanted to hit my sister. My elder brother and my younger brother rushed Darko and held him not to punch Glory.
Like, which is so crazy. How crazy can you be? Annoying bowl for that matter. How crazy. The level of sea finish, eh? Again, what this just tells me is that prior to Darko coming to Nigeria, he had already seen your family finish. And that can only happen from hearing so many things that Nos Glory would have said to him, family history, and because the level of sea finish that will cause an Oyinbo man to say they want to punch Anybody, a family member, let alone a girl, knowing fully well that that's Oyinbo, even though it's a third world European country, Serbia is like very poor European country, but at least they still have a little bit of that Western European ideology of men not putting hands on their women. So the fact that he will even say that he wants to, the fact that he will even attempt to like put his hands on the sister, it tells you that number one, he probably put his hands on Glory every day, all day, twice on Sunday. And number two, there is a C finish there based on what he would have heard, all the stories that Glory would have told him about her family. And he's just acting off of that. He's just acting based on that. That's just the way, that's just what I see, Because this is C finish, like really. So somebody pour water on your weed and then that escalated to the point where you're now like threatening to like put your hands on your sister-in-law. That's like top level C finish, let me tell you. Top level.
So because of they held him, he now hits Elric in his chest. If you go to Eric's page, you see that he's been crying of heart, chest pain all the time. It was Darko's cane. Yes.
So Darko hit Eric so hard. This is after missing the blow that after missing the blow that he was going to throw at the sister. So Darko hit Eric so hard that till today, he's still complaining about chest pain. Like, that is wild to me. Again, what that tells you is that he's not new to putting his hands on women. He's not new to putting his hands on women. He has obviously grown accustomed to doing it and getting away with it. And secondly, how heavy was that blow that till today, Eric is still complaining of chest pain as a result of the blow from Darko?
Darko punched him. Now, for Joshua, he hit Joshua's head on the wall. Joshua said he had headache, but it's okay. Okay? That it's okay. Then, because they held him, he still got angry, went outside the gate, saw somebody waiting for ride, and he slapped this young man that did nothing to him because of anger. Because, say, you can have money and buy more weed if you wanted to.
This is not even anger, okay? For me, I feel like this is a mental illness, okay? For me, I don't even think this is beyond anger. Saying that it is anger is putting it lightly. This is mental illness, that you are so enraged that you get so uncontrollable that you go and hit just a bystander who has nothing to do with what is going on. So that is madness. And you know what is so crazy about all of this? These women, unless of course the men themselves tell them that they don't want, especially Nigerian women, okay, who are married to all these white men or whatever, because they are so carried away by this putting up an appearance, pretending as if everything is fine, pretending that their marriage is amazing or whatever. It will usually take the Oyinbo man to say, they do again before the women will leave. They never leave on their own. Never. And that's what's crazy. They never live on their own. They never have enough. They never say, I am done. I'm not doing it again. This man is abusing me. This man is emotionally, psychologically, mentally, physically abusing me. So I'm not doing it again. No. It usually still take the man to say, I'm not doing it again. Maybe based off of one time that she had the audacity to stand up to him and be like, no, I'm not doing this thing that you want me to do. I'm not going to do it. For the first time, it's usually take for the man to like come out and say I'm not doing again, or the man to like proceed with divorce for them to actually leave. Because left to these women, they will stay. They will stay forever and ever. They will not leave. They will stay forever and ever, because it is more important for them to continue to pretend, to put on a show, to put on an appearance, to act like, yeah, we are in a marriage, we are in a loving, happy marriage or whatever. It is more important for them to put on an appearance than to actually have happiness and joy and peace of mind in their hearts, which is truly sad when you look at it.
but you couldn't control your anger. So my sister ran out and saw that people were gathering and be like asking, why you go slap this man now? Why you go slap this?
Cutie says, exactly, Jade. Some women lay down all their family history with their spouses, which is bad. It's cause they suspect it does. Like imagine telling your husband or boyfriend or fiance or whatever secrets and family situations about people that he has not even met face to face. That by the time he meets them face to face, he has already formed an opinion based on what you told him about that said person. And they think it's love. Oh, I want him to know everything about me. Like he has already formed an opinion. You have not given that person a chance to actually make their own first impression. But the entire time you've been dating this man, you have told all of your secrets. You've told how you two used to like trek, carry water from one stream to the other. You've told all of your family, the good, the bad, and the ugly, the secrets. You've told everything to this man, that by the time the man finally meets your family, he has already concluded that either you guys are good people, or you're bad people, or you're greedy, or you are poor as a church rat, or you're whatever. And I wish women would stop doing that, because what you're doing is not helping. You're putting your family members down, and you are also putting yourself down. That's the thing that is not really computing. Because now as the man see your family finish, now so him see you finish. Leave some things for the imagination. Leave everything. Yeah, you have siblings, but going into details, sharing things that happened so many years ago, good, the bad, the ugly, that he really has no business knowing about. But you're here just telling him all these things. What do you think is going to happen? How do you think it's going to end up? It's going to end up, you know, disliking, resenting your family, looking at them as one thing or the other, depending on what you have said about them. May just see finish. The way when you go to see your family finish, like zero respect. Because and that is not even fair to your siblings and to your mom, because you are introducing them to this man who you've already downloaded your family history to. Like you've already told him everything about your family, but they really know nothing about him, because even you don't know anything about his past. He has managed to keep that past away from you because he's embarrassed by that, or but this man is meeting your family for the first time. They know nothing about him, but he knows everything about your family. That's not even fair to even begin with. That's not fair. You're not being fair to your family. Coupled with the fact that this man now knows things that are maybe embarrassing, things that are like atrocious, things that he will like judge your family based off of. Like he's already concluded prior to even meeting these people. So what kind of love is that? Which love the shark could reach like that? I don't get it. I don't get it. Mm.
Man, now what did he do you? Hey, my sister started explaining to them, telling them sorry. Did you get? So the man that he slapped still brought Darko home because Darko said he was drunk. So my sister was telling Darko that, did you know that if this was ghetto boys that you slap now, or those Arewa boys, and they kill you, or they buy you, what will people say? What will your people say? Your people will say that I brought you to Nigeria for people to buy you, Abby. And then it escalated. This man couldn't stay anymore. He started feeling, what's it called? He started feeling uncomfortable with everybody. Guys, we are coming back. So it escalated, and Darko was no longer comfortable with anyone at home. And Glory suggested if he wants to go back to Dubai. You guys remember he left for Dubai claiming that it was sickness. No, it was because he don't shit for plate. Yes, he don't know the kind of eye people will be seeing him, so he's no longer comfortable. I think at the time he even suggested that my sister should send my mom and my siblings back. Did you get? Glory said, do you want to take fresh air, maybe travel to Dubai? And he said, okay. And that was when he left for Dubai. So my mother now called Glory and asked Glory that, what's up with Joshua? I'm thinking we should put him in school. So Glory now said that she and her husband has discussed bringing Joshua to Serbia. My mother now said, Serbia? No, that her son is not going to Serbia. With the way and aggressive a manner your husband, with the aggressive behavior.
I just feel so bad for that little boy, honestly. I feel so bad for him because whenever I see him, the Gloria's first child, whenever I see him, I can only just imagine all of the things that that boy has to endure at the hands of that man. Okay? Unless, of course, all those people that are enamored by the sight of, Oyinbo man. Those of us who are able to like think logically, those of us who are blessed with spirit of discernment, we know that we can tell that Darko man, there is something terribly wrong with him. We can tell. I can only imagine what he's putting that boy through, things that he will never speak of, and things that he's normalizing too. Because he's probably looking at those behavior and thinking, oh, maybe this is normal. Or maybe this is how all Oyinbo behave. Or maybe this is how all adults behave. Or maybe this is how childhood is supposed to be. Just enduring the the abuse, physical, psychological, mental abuse. Nobody is going to tell me that that man is not abusive to that boy. Nobody. You can try, but nobody's going to convince me that that man is not abusive to him. And so when I look at him every time, whenever I see the video and I see the way that he behaves, I in my mind, I'm just like, the stories this little boy will tell, the things that this little boy has to endure. And it's not fair. It's not right. It's not. It's not right at all. And I also want to say, our women, our sisters, we need to be very, very careful. Because the way that some of you will see Oyinbo and your clitoris will just stand, like you will just lose your sense, you lose your basic common sense. You people need to stop. Because a lot of these Oyinbo, like I have always said, they are rejects of their own people. They only go after you because their women does not want them. Their women can smell the red flags from a mile away, can sight the red flags from a mile away. And their women completely reject them. And in a bid to curb loneliness and get some intimacy, they will then proceed to look for non-white women who are not able to spot the red flag. That's why you guys are always second choices to them. Because if any of these Oyinbo men, if any of their women will have them, they will not be with you. A lot of them are not okay. A lot of them are mentally unstable. A lot of them are criminals. A lot of men are PDFs. So those of you that are just meeting Yimbo and marrying them without knowing their background and their history, I pity you now, and I pity the children that you're going to procreate with them, because a lot of them have done really bad things. The only reason why some of them even they're able to travel out of their country is because, some of the things that they have done fall through the cracks. So, the system doesn't know, the system is not always up to date. A lot of them are not even allowed to travel. There is a warning, or the country that they are traveling to, when they go and request for a visa, those countries, if they are diligent, they will do investigation to see if that Oyinbo person has a prior criminal um, a criminal history. So yeah, now when they marry all these Oyinbo, especially the Oyimbos that are not okay, you people are just bringing wahala on yourselves. Serious major wahala. And you are damaging your kids. You are.
And character he displayed without even respecting me, your mom. You want to send my son to Serbia. And mind you, you remember your husband and Joshua are not in talking terms. Remember when you had your son Gigi, I was trying to call you, and your husband was hiding you from me, your mother, to see it or to speak to. That was why I had to send Edna. And now you and Edna are no longer talking, because I told Edna to come and what? To come and check on my own daughter, since her
If the husband is quote unquote high, this goes back to what I just said just now about how the story that Glory must have downloaded on Darko, the story, the things that she must have told him about her family, is the only reason why a man will be quote unquote hiding his wife who just had a baby and preventing her from speaking to the mother, because of what he would have been told about that family. Maybe Glory had told the man, and it's not even maybe, I believe this has been said before, that the man very much believes that the family, Glory's family, are all leeches. They are leeching off of her. So in a bit to avoid asking her money, he basically was hiding, quote unquote, hiding her from the family, from the family. So again, all of this goes back to Glory. Everything that all of the disrespect that Darko has leveled on on the family boils down to what Glory said. That's the long and the short of it.
husband doesn't want me to speak, and your husband was insulting me on phone, and Joshua had the insult he was giving me. Joshua collected the phone and then shun him, warn him, tell him, if you are doing that to your mom, don't do that to our mother. And Joshua blocked him on phone. My mother explained all this, and I told her, is this the kind of person, is this what you want to do you want, so that they'll be having issue when he goes there? And Joshua is the type that doesn't tolerate nonsense on his own. Maybe Darko will do something without even minding if he's Serbia. He'll want to react. Because he doesn't hide his own feelings like me also. So my mother was telling her, let's just allow Joshua to study here in Nigeria. Glory picked offense that my mother doesn't like her husband country, that this should not be an excuse for Joshua not coming to Serbia to study. They started having back and forth. She started insulting my mom, that my mom is not nice, my mom is being partial. Is it because her husband is Oyibo, or is it because she knows that she only like Amaka's husband and not her husband? Started saying so many things. My mother said, everything you're saying, you're the one that is bringing it up. I never said it. All I'm saying is that with the attitude your husband displayed, I don't want Joshua to go to Serbia. And I'm scared. I'm an old woman, Oh, you want me to die of high blood pressure if he goes there, knowing that they are not in good communication? She now said, bring Joshua phone and see if Joshua and Darko are in talking terms. Joshua blocked him. And Glory was angry. Glory started insulting my mom, started shouting. Neighbors were looking from their own flat to see what is happening. And that day, Glory's, the girl that is always supplying wig for Glory came around. And Glory called me and was telling me, see waiting mom see call, so see waiting mom see talk. But she was already insulting my mom. My husband now told me, do not join Glory in insulting your mother because he didn't know what happened. Don't join her. Because, oh, if something happens, she will now recruit you now. Please don't pick course and bring in my family. That was what my husband told him. I think Glory had it and she cut the call on me. I went out. I called Glory. I told her that I'm not with my husband. And I told her that, can you tell that girl that came to supply hair for you to leave? She should leave. She should not be there when you and your mother are having issue. And the girl left. I didn't know she already called Lolo. I was thinking, okay, Lolo, as big as she is, she's coming to de-escalate the issue. But Lolo came and sat down and was watching. I said, see, send this woman away now. She's not going to control this thing. I don't like it. I don't like it. Omo.
Like things are so bad with this family that because everything, one thing that I've always wondered since this whole situation happened, since they brought their matter to social media, one thing that I've always wondered was that so as they just reach so no single person for that family, extended family, cousins, aunties, what we Benin's call Kagbe, no head of the family that can resolve this matter, get them, sit them all down and resolve this. But then I quickly, advised myself and realized that maybe everybody is just tired of them. Maybe family members have been trying to like get them to stop doing this. And at this point, family members are now just like, you know what? If una won't fight, make una they fight. We are done. The family members, the elders in the family probably don't even pick up their calls anymore whenever they see their number or they see a foreign number and they just suspect that this must be Nose Glory family, Maybe they don't even pick their calls anymore. And now they have all these other people, outsiders, coming to get involved and obviously those ones are not even helping at all. So it's just a really, really sad thing. I honestly think that their parents did a bad job raising them because this is not normal behavior. And their mom has not tried at all. Their mom has not tried. Because for something to escalate to this point, no one wants to back down because they don't want anybody to just assume that they are guilty or they have done something or they are the ones that they are the ones that are culpable. So this one will talk and the other one will talk. Nobody wants to like just say, okay. And this is family, we're not even talking about friends or strangers or social media beef, drama, saga, whatever. We're talking about family members who cannot bring themselves to just be like, you know what, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. And it's so interesting how when people are moving on, when people, social media people, are moving on to other things and nobody's talking about them again, they will just wake up and say, yeah, today, just like Amaka did now. They'll just wake up and say, yeah, today I want to come and say something. Today I want to share something. Like, it's so crazy. These are narcissistic behavior. Yeah. Where you can't just walk away. Family members, you bring your matter to social media. Do you think there are no family members that are fighting, even probably worse than you guys? But they know that at the end of the day, they are still family. They will still resolve their issue. There is no need to bring external forces into it. But these ones, they don't care. Like they just hate each other so much that they want to do the worst to each other. It's crazy. It's mind blowing to me how they want to like just hit below the belt. It's amazing.
I don't know who slapped who. I don't know if it's Glory that slapped my mother or my mother slapped Glory. I don't know. Guys, mind you, my son was just 4 months when all these things were happening. I was crying. I was like, what is this? I said,
Just listen to what she just said. I don't know who slapped who. I don't know if it's Glory that slapped my mother or if it's my mother that slapped Glory. She's just saying it so flippantly. She doesn't understand how sacrilegious that statement. I don't know if it's my mother that slapped Glory. I don't know if it's Glory that slapped my mother. The fact that this family has normalized slapping their own mother, like, it just tells you everything that you need to know. The fact that they have normalized it as, I don't know who slapped who. I don't know if it's Glory that slapped my mother. Really? They've normalized things that are so abnormal. They've normalized things that that are sacrilegious, things that are abomination as per our culture, as per Nigerian culture. I don't know, like, really, even if it is your mom that slapped you first, even if it is your mom that slapped her first, it's like this thing is so rampant. This thing has been so done so many times. They've done this so many times that it has become like second nature to them. Slapping your mother, it has been so normalized to them. Like, this is sick. I don't know if it's my mother that slapped Glory. I don't know if it's Glory that slapped my mother. Is that even something like, this is an abomination? Abomination that she's saying so callously, that she's saying so flippantly.
what is this? My husband now came out and said, make sure you don't join her insulting your mother. Don't bring cause to this marriage. If not, I will leave this marriage for you. He now said, come inside. The baby is crying. And I now ended the call and I came inside. Glory picked offense. That me, I did not side her. That me, I know the truth, but I refused to talk. Yeah? And I said, sis, talk what? I say you're having issue with mom and I'm telling you to calm down. What do you want me to do? You want me to join you and insult her? I join you to do everything with everybody, but not this one person. It's okay. She couldn't listen to me and the thing got me angry. This one person I'm telling you to let go. She said she doesn't want her son to come to Serbia. You should be happy because your money won't be spent. Your money will not be spent anymore. So why are you escalating the issue? If you have something with mom, say it and stop using because of Serbia and be talking to mom indirectly. Omo, my people, did I do wrong thing? My sister got angry with me. I told her, so you can't respect this one person I'm asking you to respect. I've done everything for you in this life, but you can't stop insulting our mother. When it comes to fight online, I join you. So many things, and I told you, leave mom. Stop insulting her. She said, but my mother doesn't like my... I said, sis, who will go be? First time your husband came to visit your mother, and he wants to beat you in her very before. Who will be happy? Nobody will be happy. With time, she's going to calm down and forget about all these things. Not you always insulting her and your friends are there. It's not making sense. If you want, pack your kids and leave Nigeria for your because tomorrow now, if your name fit enter blog, say you beat your mama, and you know good. You know good. So you better you leave. And she said, she's trying to make success visa so that they can leave. And they left. I was still in talking terms with her. Yes, I was still in talking terms with her until Lolo came to Serbia. Lolo came to Serbia.
Somebody says, if they had great husbands, those husbands would try to bring the family together. But then again, this lady look like they are stubborn. I wouldn't even blame I wouldn't even blame Amaka's husband. Because for me, when you talk about great husband or none, it's very obvious from every indication that Glory's husband is anything but a great husband, you know. And that's number one. And number two, they obviously don't like the things that they have done, even including this Amaka self. They don't listen. They want to do what they want to do. So it's kind of hard. I wouldn't even put the burden of trying to like get them to stop misbehaving. I wouldn't even put the burden or the blame on the husbands, because these women don't seem as though they want to hear anything. They don't seem as though they listen. So it didn't even need to escalate to this point. So they don't seem to care. So I think the husband will talk, talk, talk. I remember the other time when Amaka was doing this same series and she was coming out and talking. Didn't she come out and apologize to her husband and be like, I'm sorry, I know you asked me not to say anything. Even her husband's family members, they were asking her not to talk anymore. And then whenever she came out, she apologized to them and said, I know you guys called me and said I should not talk anymore, but I have to say this. They just lack basic self-control. They don't have the ability to control their emotions and their feelings. And they are, in my opinion, narcissistic. They want their side to be the last word. They want to have the last word. They want people to believe them. They want people to like take their side over the other person's side. And it doesn't work that way. They are old enough to know it does not work that way. You cannot force your opinion on people. You cannot make people believe you, especially when they are seeing things that are contrary to what you are pushing forward. So yeah, they don't strike me as people who care about their family member, because if they did, none of this would have happened. They don't strike me as people who care about their husband, because if they did, it would not have escalated to this point. They would have just, it never would have come out. So those men can talk and talk and talk and talk and talk till they are blue in the face. They will not listen, obviously, as they have shown, in my opinion anyways. They don't strike me as people who care, who will listen. Mm-mm. They want to do what they want to do. They want to satisfy their conscience. They want to satisfy their urge, satisfy everything, and then they can rest until the next person says something, and then they will flare up again. It's very, like, the lack of self-control is very telling, because these are mothers, these are women who are raising children. They are raising children with these kinds of behavior. What mouth do any of these women have to control their children, to correct their children, when they can't even control themselves? What mouth do they have? So it's very sad. It's very pathetic. Very, very pathetic.
Nurse Glory sent me a voice message telling me that she's no longer going to be paying Uchechi's tuition fee. And Uchechi just got to Philippines. And I said, sis, why? What happened? She now said, because money is no longer coming again. And you know, Facebook has spoiled my page. I said, okay. You know, I'm still on maternity leave. And it's not as if I'm not sending Uchechi money. I'm always sending her money from the little I have. Did you get? She now said, oh, so I'm sending Uchechi money and I'm not telling her. I said, because it's both of us. It's not a one person thing. She's our sister. So she now pick offense. And Lolo was there. She was like, please, can you send me the money I borrowed you? And I said, sis, the money you paid me back was the money I borrowed you to travel to Dubai. So which money are you asking me again? She now said, the small money I gave you when you came to UK. I said, wait, are you doing all these things because Lolo is there? Why are you always trying to bring somebody down when your friends are around? Why not wait? If you're angry, we can talk things out. Why always your friend? You've done that in front of Edna, now Lolo. Why? Are you trying to make us look like we know they try? I said, it's not nice. And Glory started telling me that, like, when I caught the call on her, she started sending me message. Instead of her to tell me what's in her mind, she started insulting our mom again in our comment section, in our WhatsApp message. I said, what is it with mom again? Why are you insulting? Why are you calling her a witch? What did she do you? She said, her mother want to kill her husband with her witchcraft. I said, Jesus. Glory, has it got into this? I said, has it got into this? I said, me, I won't join you in fighting my mom. That's what I'm going to tell you. And for the money, you've paid me back the money I borrowed you when you went to Dubai, right? And again, You shouldn't be asking me for any money because you promised me that you will study nursing and you will graduate and start working, and you made me drop out from school and take care of your son. You're supposed to pay me more. Even if I start calculating child minding, you're supposed to pay me more. You're supposed to pay me more. So why? She now called me later and said, you know, I'm angry now. You know, my head is... And I noticed something. Whenever she and Dad go have issue, she'll start looking for who to pour the anger on. I say it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Yeah? And then we didn't talk that day. The next thing I saw, Darko called my husband and said, tell your wife to pay us back. My husband said, pay who back? I have never asked you for money. The last time you called me was to settle you and our mother-in-law. And please, if sisters are having issue, if they don't want to listen to us, then we should let them. They will still settle their siblings. When they fought in Philippines, were you there? You were not there, but they still settled. Why are you calling me that I should pay people back? I've never borrowed you money. I was the one that sponsored your court wedding, remember? So why would I borrow money from you? Why would I borrow money from you? And Darko started insulting my husband. Said, if you know that the UK is not good for you, why not go back to Nigeria? My husband now told him that you're not the one that brought me to this country. And you know what migration is. When first you went to Kuwait, was it easy for you? If it was easy for you, why didn't you raise money to go to Dubai? And that was how the whole thing started. Glory stopped talking to me. Glory came on social media and started saying that our family are against her, our this are against her, that my husband is insulting her husband, calling her husband a wretched man. Hi. Pity party. I'm coming. So the whole thing came on social media. Did you get? And Glory was telling people that my mother doesn't like my husband. My mother was telling me to leave my husband and marry a Nigerian man. Hi. Fat lie, because my mother told her that her son is not going to Serbia. Glory said our mother is a witch. Is only a witch that behaves like that. A witch that doesn't like her husband. Blah, blah, blah. My elder brother came out and was telling people that yes, our mother is a witch, and if his children grow up, they can call our mother a witch. That's not a problem. I said, what? And I was defending my mom. People were insulting me. Eric will come and tell people that I'm the cause of the problem. But meanwhile, Eric was doing all those things because of his stomach. And because why? He was fighting our mom. Because if you're fighting our mom, you will become Eric's best of friend. So because he saw that, oh, another person is fighting our mom, so that was a tool for him to join Glory and fight our mom. Eric, on the other hand, our brother sent me a message the other day and said, I saw Eric took Glory's property and went out to go and sell it. And mind you, if he's doing that, he will be telling Glory that is our mother, because he knows that anything they tell him about our mother, she will believe. So when one of them told me that Eric went to sell air condition, I told my mom, if you know some of the valuable things that Glory have, take it and go and hide in your friend's place. Because tomorrow now, they will say you're the one that sell it. My mother said it's true. And she packed some of Glory's things, right? Because she saw that Eric has been selling. She took it to Gwangwalada. I know if I mention Mama Small, the woman that saved us during 2001 crisis in Jos, my mother took her things and kept them in Gwangwalada there. So Eric was looking for things to sell. He didn't see it. He went and told Glory that our mother has sold all her properties. Meanwhile, he was the one that was selling it. Glory did not even verify. She went and told Lolo. And Lolo sent Glory police number. Gwarimpa police station number. She sent their police number to Glory. And when she sent the number, she disappeared. So that people will not know she's the one that sent out the number. I was angry. I said, Lolo that is claiming she loves our family can do this such thing. How did I find out? Listen to me. Eric has been the one giving them information when my mother is in and when she's not in. So this fateful day I went to work because I finally got a job, because I can't let Uche be doing prostitution in the Philippines. I can't want her. I told her if it warrants me cleaning Oyubonyash, I'll be cleaning so that you finish your nursing school. That was what I told Uche. So I finally got a job After all my job application online, and you guys saw when I was going to Sweden, NHS Sweden, to go and do my interview, Wales. I've been traveling for interview here and there. So I finally found one, and I started working so Uche can go to school, because it's going to be a slap on my face that my younger sister started sleeping with men because she wants to go to school when she has somebody like me. Eric was giving them intel. That was how Lolo driver drove police, and they came very early in the morning, very early, and they arrested my mom.
Which kind of family? Which kind of evil family be this, guys? Seriously, which kind of evil family be this? Arresting your own mother because of waiting. Which kind of family? And Eric is giving information. Eric is giving information to about their mother's whereabouts and what time they should come, and like, which kind of family be this, man? Which kind, like, there is no going back from this. But then again, something might happen eventually. Something might happen that will get them back to where they will be friends again. But for me, I just feel like there is no love, man. They've done so much evil to each other. They've committed so many atrocities against each other that, like, your own mother arresting your own mama. How do you come back from? There is no coming back from that. There is no coming back from that. How do you come back from that? How do you make that right? Arresting your own mama. Again, it's just a series of escalation, from smacking their mother to like arresting their mother. Like, this is so sad. This is so sad. And I hope that people that are watching this, I hope that you don't just see this as saga, as entertainment. I hope that you're watching this and you're thinking, God, may my relationship with my family never get to this point too. May my relationship with my family never get to the point where I'm putting my hands on my mother or I am arresting my mother. May my relationship with my siblings and my mother never get to that. That should be your prayer. Don't be looking at this and getting all giddy and excited that this one are just saga, this one are entertainment. Because this is not entertainment. There's nothing about this that is entertaining. Slapping your mother, arresting your mother, using your friend allegedly. There's nothing entertaining about this. This is like putting a curse on yourself. These people that are doing this, if it is true, she's putting a curse on herself. It is not the day that you swore that you placed a curse on yourself, or the day that somebody placed a curse on you, or the day that you do something that is very, very curse inducing. It is not the day that you did that the curse will take effect to. It'll take effect over time. It is not the day that you did that particular thing that is very much curse inducing that you will see the effect of what you have done. Sometimes it can take years, because this is like putting a curse on yourself. Like, it's just crazy to me. So crazy, so wild.
Uncle was speaking to the police and said, do not allow her come back to this house. You people should throw her things outside. And what's the name of that Lolo's driver? After all my job application online, because it's going to be a slap on my face that my younger sister started sleeping with men because she wants to go to. And what's the name of? After all my, and they came very early in the morning, very early, and they arrested my mom. Darko was speaking to the police and said, do not allow her come back to this house. You people should throw her things outside. And what's the name of that Lolo's driver? Make sure you make a video and send to us so we can post online. One of the police said, no, you can't do that. We need to hear from this woman. She looks innocent. And Eric couldn't do anything. It was my younger brother Joshua that came out and said, no, you will not carry my mother and go anywhere. Why? What did she do? Police now brought out, was it gone, and said if he talk, they are going to shoot his leg. And Joshua became quiet, even though Joshua was still ranting. And Glory on the phone was like, yes, it was her husband telling police. Glory and her husband was telling police, detain her. And if she take anything from that house, make sure you lock her there. Let's see how she will come out. I say, Jesus, is this the height of wickedness? Really? You couldn't even call this woman to hear what is happening.
Your own mama. Like, let that sink in. Your own mother. Your own mother. Your own mama will push you out of her birth canal. Your own mama. Me, I never see this one. Oh. Like, there are some things that you hear about, like, this types of behavior, but the internet has a way of just like bringing you close to the things that you only hear about, and you are even not sure if they are real, if they are true, or whatever. But the internet has a way of saying, hey, look, this thing is real and it's happening. Your own mom, like, what could she have done? Now, what for now?
Because you have small power. That is why you see me. I'm insulting them on social media today. Lolo driver drove the police and they arrested my mom. Did you know they kept my mom in that cell till 3 a.m. They were looking for a shorty, a civil servant that will bring her out. And my mumu brother couldn't do anything. I was crying, I was restless, I don't know what to do at work. They were asking me, Amaka, are you okay? I said, my son. They said, do you want to go? I said, I've gotten somebody. I was just lying because I was crying and said, has it got into this? To the extent, Lolo's driver spat on my mom. For nothing. My mother was innocent.
Now, wow.
We are coming back. I was like, what resulted to Lolo's driver pouring saliva at my mom? I don't understand. Because, of course, he's taking orders from Lolo. So, they finally saw someone who is going to bail my mom, and my mom came out. The next morning, my mom received a letter that she should quit the property, that she should leave. They give her 2 days, 48 hours to leave the property. And my mommy called me and told me, that is okay. I'm going to rent a place for you. You can look for a house and leave that place. Mind you, my brothers were not involved in this thing, but she threw those 2 boys out and allowed Eric to stay back. These are the boys that helped you when you came to Nigeria, helped your boys, carried your son, Joshua and David. You threw them out from the flat. I told my mom, look for anywhere, I will pay. And that was how my mother got the place she's staying today. And we paid. I told them they should move. Then Eric started living there with his girlfriend. They were creating content, but they came online. The person behind Auntie Lolo's page is Glory. She's the one writing. They came online and told people that the house had expired. That was why she asked them to leave. But meanwhile, Eric was there with his girlfriend creating content until Glory finally found out that it was Eric that was selling all her properties, and she arrested him. When she arrested him, it was my cousin that came out to bail him. And then when he came out, he started writing that he no longer has sisters. He blocked Glory, He started saying, nobody loves me anymore. But you couldn't even save that last person, your mom. Our father is no longer alive. Because of greed, hunger, he decided to connive and sold your mom out for money. I was angry. Every day, Lolo's driver is always coming to check if our mother has left the property. Do you know that she came online and told people that she has cut our family off? But she's still sending those boys she threw out of the house. They are the one managing her page on Facebook. Because Kuwait, Serbia is not eligible. I said, if I'm truly wicked, I will tell them not to work for her. I will either tell them, let her rent house for people to be posting her video. But it hasn't gotten to that. All I'm saying is, stop insulting our mother. I don't know the kind of love that made you tell your husband many things that made him to be disrespecting our mom. I don't know. But stop insulting our mom. She's not your mate. That woman you are treating like this slept in prison to make sure you travel to Philippines to go and study. And today you've forgotten all the good things she has done for you. And Lolo has the audacity to come and spy, to come and know where my mother is living. And that was why I told my brothers not to ever allow her know where my mother is living. Now they came online and was saying that the land I bought is Udio. But the same Lolo booked mass to come and pray for that land. What kind of friend is that woman? Did you come to kill or did you come to repair? You didn't even advise your friend that, please, no matter what you do, don't ever arrest your mom. But you gave her the number and disappeared. You think we won't know? And you are telling me that I am doing too much? If you are the one that you are treating your mom like this, will you clap for them? No, cook fried rice and give the person that is always disrespecting your mom. Cook fried rice and give them. And people are telling me that I'm wicked, toxic, jealous. Haba, person mama.
Yeah, me, I have never understood that whole narrative when they will say, Amaka is jealous. Amaka really has nothing to be jealous of Glory about. Like literally, the people that are saying that, in my opinion, I feel like they are projecting. They are projecting. They feel like, oh, because they feel like being marrying an Oyinbo is the ultimate. So and that's their mindset, right? So they feel like maybe Amaka wants to, wants to be married to an, or because of that, Amaka feels like Glory is like up there because she's married to an Oyinbo. I don't get that vibe at all from Amaka. I do not get the vibe that Amaka is jealous of Glory. I don't get that vibe. I don't. It's just not computing. It's just not registering that, oh, that she's jealous. Because for one, I'm looking at both of them and I'm thinking, like, exactly why would she be jealous? Why would Amaka be jealous? It's not like Glory is living la vida dolce. It's not like Glory is living it up. It's not as if her life is so amazing and wonderful. Even in spite of the curated narrative that she wants to push about her life, even in spite of the curated wanting to pretend as if everything is okay, because I have no shred of doubt in my mind that things are way worse, 100 times worse than what Glory is putting on, right? But even in spite of the curated narrative that she wants to put, you can still tell, even in spite of that, you can still tell that things are messed up in as far as her marriage is concerned. So this narrative, and it always comes from people that are supporting Glory. You'll say Amaka is jealous. They are just projecting their own insecurities. They are just projecting their own flaws because they feel like Glory has made it, quote unquote, made it because she is married to an Oyinbo man, and so they think everybody else feels that way. No, I don't see jealousy. I see anger when it comes to Amaka. I see anger. I see betrayal. I see somebody defending their mom. You know, and I don't see jealousy. It doesn't even come up in my radar that Amaka is jealous of Glory. No, no. Mm-mm.
Good. Now in all of this, they still arrested Eric for being the one selling the properties. Now my mother has been humiliated. Doesn't make sense.
If Glory wasn't so vindictive, after they realized that it was Eric that was allegedly selling all the properties, situations like that would have been like an opportunity for everybody to like try to work things out and settle, you know, and move forward positively and not fight with each other again because eventually the truth had come out. And that can just be an opportunity, an avenue, you know, a little bit of hope that okay, this family can start working things out. But apparently that's not what happened, you know. And Eric just seemed to me, based on everything that I know from all this their matter, and as well as Eric himself, he just strikes me as a very selfish, self-centered person. And this is in addition to everything else that he is, so that I really do not care to speak on because when I see Eric, I don't see a good person. Okay, I don't see a fundamentally good person. So, in addition to that, it just strikes me as a really, really selfish person who wants to save his own skin all the time, even at the detriment of others, even at the expense of others, even if it means pointing fingers at somebody else and blaming somebody else. Even in this story that Amaka is telling, we have seen two examples of that now. The first one, when he went outside and cheated on his pregnant girlfriend and then come back and accuse her of cheating, that someone told him that she had cheated on him, and that's the reason why he also cheated, you know, even though there was no evidence, no proof, no conversation about that was even had with the said girlfriend who was pregnant. Instead of taking ownership, he blamed the girl that, oh, I heard you were cheating, and so I cheated as well. And that's number one. And number two, allegedly, he was the one that was attempting to sell off Glory's stuff. Okay. And then the mom realized that, and so she decided to take the things and hide it at her friend's store so that Eric does not get a hold of those things and sell. And then when it came out, and instead of him to just like move on, he decided to contact Glory allegedly and lie and say that it was and say that their mom has been selling Glory stuff, which according to Amaka wasn't even true at all. It's like two instances so far in this video where he cannot take accountability. He can't take accountability at all. Instead of taking accountability, he will just kick the goalpost and shift the blame and blame somebody else, and have somebody else take the fall for his own, wrongdoings. Like, that kind of a person is diabolical.
Now you know why I'm angry. That man doesn't even have the right to even be speaking to my mom. He doesn't
Hi, Mirabelle. I've missed you too, babe.
have the right to speak to my mom. But Glory give him every access to be insulting our mom every time, and it's not nice. In my culture, husbands respect our mother. Wife respect mother-in-law. It's usually mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, but now it's mother and daughter. It doesn't make sense.
The damage, in my opinion, that what's her name? The damage that Glory has done, in my opinion, the way that she had spoken with such contempt, with such resentment about her own family, is what precipitated all of the behavior that we now see, that they now see from Darko. Glory would have fed Darko so many unkind things about her family that even if you are Mother Teresa and you have been told some of the most deplorable things about someone, even Mother Teresa will scratch her head and be like, ah, there has to be some level of truth. You know how they say in every lie is an element of truth. Mother Teresa would have been thinking, wow, is she so demented that she will say all these things about her family if any bit of it is not even true? Because that's a common logical human response to things like that. Like, how can she be saying all these awful things about her family? Some of it has to be true. And then that's the energy that Darko will then carry to the family when he eventually meets them. And that just sets the tone for their relationship. That just set the tone of how things are going to be moving forward, of how he views them. He sees them as leeches. Because I feel like Glory would have said so many things about how she's the one caring for the family, how she's the one taking care of the family, rah, 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 without saying, without adding how the family has also been there for her, how the family has also supported her financially and otherwise. So that's what I get from this. It was everything that she told Darko that set the tone for the relationship that Darko now has with Glory's family and Glory's siblings, mother, everything. It was what Glory settled Darko all those times that they were together, telling her family history. It was what set the tone for the relationship. It wasn't something that happened yesterday. It wasn't something that happened when they went to Nigeria. It happened long before they went to Nigeria. And it's all Glory's fault.
Please, happy birthday. Then Glory came online and told the people that it's because she no longer have money. That is why everybody is fighting her. And I remembered how I sacrificed my life for Glory. I remembered the suffer I went through because I wanted to see my sister at the top. And people today are calling me names. Do you know everything I'm doing? I wanted to get to her because I know that girl more than all of you. My mother sent my sister to the Philippines. Her first semester, she went and got pregnant. And that was what produced success. And then success parents and my mom were trying to see who would be, also have somebody that would be there with her. And Glory got admission for me. And my mother started processing my visa so I can travel to what? To Philippines. And when I got there, I did only one semester. One semester. And I realized that my sister was even owing tuition fee. I was like, but our mom was sending you money. So where are all the money going? She said she's been paying. So when I found out that she was owing a lot of money, I was like, so all the money that mom has been sending, who are you giving it to? Are you not paying in your school? She said she's been paying because money came in for me to pay my own school fees. And mind you guys, if my mother doesn't have money, how come was she able to book my ticket and do my visa? And also buy me things I use in traveling? So it was time to pay. And I saw that she's not going to school again. They asked her to stop coming to school because she's owing. And then she now called me and said, Ngo, please, me, I want to go to school. I want to write exam. I promise you, if I graduate and I start working, I will sponsor you to school. And that was how I dropped out of school because we don't want to tell our mom that our sister was owing. Because vividly, my mother was sending money. And that was how I dropped out of school. And I started taking care of her son, thinking that when she graduates and start working as a nurse, she will send me to school. But even while staying at home, guys, I played under 17 volleyball for Nigeria. If you go and check, I played under 17 volleyball. So I started practicing. Then I met one coach in the church. Then I told him that, Coach, me, I'm a volleyball player. Because he's a coach in one of the universities there in Philippines. Then I joined them. I was training with men. And then I started, joining some of the school girls to be playing volleyball. Guys, if you see here, my skin here, Son, I was playing under Son. And I was with Success. And she was in school. Did you get? This is the sacrifice I made for this girl. So that she can get to the top. And today she's calling me ungrateful sister. She's calling me ungrateful sister. After every cover-up I've covered for you. My sister doesn't have a good name in the Philippines. All the people, her enemies, are now my enemies. Because you want to go this.
I actually believe that when she said her sister does not have a good name in the Philippines, I actually believe that because like just look at the way that she's behaving. Look at what she has done. It's so hard for you to be this kind of person that you are on social media and expect me to not believe that that trickles down to your real life. Yeah, I don't believe that. I honestly think she's yeah, I agree with I believe I believe Amaka when she says Glory doesn't have a good name because these things the things that she has done and said, the way she goes hard, the only like there is no that's not something that is limited to social media alone or internet or Facebook drama. No, that has to spill over to real life. That has to spill over to real life. And I do. It has to spill over to real life. And I do believe Amaka when she said that. There's no way. There's no way.
join outsiders, they fight your own sister. That was how. Then, while she was also going to school. So guys, then because she saw that I have decided to be taking care of her son and I was playing volleyball while she's going to school, then she now went and made another boyfriend. And this time around, the guy she made was literally using her head, and he has series of girlfriends, and Glory is the one that will go and walk outside, like braid people's hair, then bring the money and cook. Like, it was obvious, like gossip was everywhere. When I heard it, I told my sister, do you know that this guy has girlfriends? And you are the one now pushing yourself so much to him. You will cook. When you leave, his main girlfriend will come and eat. And me and Success, we are at home. You don't even care about us. Omo. She was like, everything. Omo, I got angry. I dragged Glory. We fought in the house. Omo, that was the best thing for me to do, to put sense in her head. And finally, she listened. And that was how she broke up with the guy. Because everything I was telling her finally happened. It didn't stop there. I finally moved to Manila and I met Mr. Taylor through Coach because I went for tryouts. I am a bad sister, but I'm taking care of your child. Just because I got somebody that will be sending me to school. And then you remember that it was time for you to send your son back to Nigeria to his grandparents. But I did nothing for you. I never helped you. I'm an ungrateful sister. Okay, you finally got Darko to come and marry you. Since you married that man, has he ever given me 1 naira? Even on the day of your court wedding, he couldn't even buy me a clothes. It was my husband that bought me the clothes I used in going for your own court wedding. Your drink, it was still my husband that sponsored your drink. It's now time for your husband to give me money. He gave me fake money. And you are coming on social media to say what? Are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? It didn't stop there. After all the humiliation Darko gave me because I wanted to travel to Nigeria, I was telling my sister, please, people should borrow me some money, let me buy a ticket. This man sent me voice notes. Very condescending and humiliating voice notes that I will never forget in my life. Then I started creating YouTube. I started creating content before Glory on YouTube now. I used to react to Big Brother Nigeria until they deleted my YouTube account. And then I started again. Glory will be begging people for 1,000 subscribers. Me, I will be going on the real and there's no sacrifice I need to do for this girl. Then I started making money. Glory's page was not monetized for Facebook. They are now thinking of how to get a company in Dubai. It was still me that they came to and begged for money. I did not even reason what Darko did to me. I still gave out money to Glory. So what's it? Is it because I don't like showing off? She was even the reason why I started showing off. Posting what I have done. I never wanted to be posting online. Because she came on social media and looked like nobody is trying. Look like nobody is trying. It doesn't make sense. The person that is eating your money is right there, but you're not putting it on us. I still gave them the money, they traveled to Dubai. Now it was time for me to go to what? To go to the United Kingdom because she came on social media and told people that she was the one that sponsored I and my husband to the UK. And I'm like, how? I am like, how? How did you get the money? But you don't have the money to send yourself to Dubai. But you now have the money to send me and my husband to what? To the UK. How? The only thing I told Glory was like, okay, since you did not fulfill what the promise you gave me for me to drop out of school, please pay me back the money I gave you. And that was the money Glory paid me back. And she came on social media and told people that she's the one that is feeding I and my husband. How much is my rent in London? Before I finally moved to my own place, it was £850. So does she have £850 to be sending me every month? Even though I'm working as a 20-hour student, it was my husband that was sending money from Philippines. And she have the audacity to tell us that, are you serious? Are you serious? When I was telling you invest, you thought I was after your money. I'm a bad sister, but I've sacrificed. What have you even done for me if I ask? What have you done for me if I ask? What have you said? Cookie, thank you for everything you've done for me in this life. But no, you keep insulting our mother, insulting everybody. And we know you're not the person, no, but it's that man that you marry that is the main problem. He doesn't regard anybody, he disrespects everybody. And it's not nice. Can you try that with his mom? Can you try all these things you are doing with his mom? You know he's going to cut you like meat and cook pepper soup and eat your skin. You know. Please, for all of you that is always insulting me, I am ungrateful. All these things I have named. What has Glory told people she has done for me? Nothing. Because I told her, give me back my money that I gave you. Because you didn't fulfill the promise you promised me. You didn't fulfill the promise. You're no longer working as a nurse. And now, imagine I didn't meet my husband. I would have been a school dropout forever. I won't go to school. It doesn't make sense. But when they see truth, they talk am. And that, I see, as I've said it now, it's out of my mind. Did you get? It's out of my mind. I am not toxic. I am not bitter. I want the best for this girl. But it's obvious that the person close to her doesn't want her to grow. Happy birthday to me. And God bless me. And keep my mother alive and my other siblings alive. And as for Uchechi, I will try my best to see that you graduate and start working as a nurse. Me, I can control you. I can't control that one.
Amaka, I'm sorry. Glory strikes me as just based on everything that I have seen about Glory. You know, like if she's tired of carrying the family, then I feel like she benefited a lot, because that's just how it is. Nobody can come here and tell me this is not how it works. Okay, unless you are lying. If you're Nigerian, you know that this is how it typically works. Okay, the whole family will come together, join force to raise money to help the first one. Okay, and then after that one, when that one finally succeed, quote unquote, or when they get to a place where they are financially stable, they can also start contributing to the next person, and then to the next person. And it's like the ant mentality, of everybody chipping in to help one person at a time, until everybody achieves, until everybody is successful and everybody is fine. That's the culture. you know I feel like when Glory met Darko and she started painting a certain picture, obviously this is just my opinion, okay, and she started painting a picture of how she's been the one carrying the family, this and that and the other, and Darko believed her, and Darko felt like they were taking advantage of her, and so he started influencing her behavior. He started influencing her by just discouraging her from helping the rest of the family. I believe that's what happened, because that's really how a lot of white people, this is how they behave. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that it applies to all of them, but for the vast majority of Oyinbo people, especially Oyinbo people that don't have money, if it's an Oyinbo person that comes from money as well, and also have that principle. There are some Oyinbo people, also depend on the particular country where you come from. It also plays a role in what they are willing to let their spouse, who is a non-Oyinbo person, do for their family, you know. But obviously, Dako comes from a poor family, comes from a poor country, and the morals of that country is obviously very different. The principles is different from, different from, for example, the Nigerian principle as it pertains to helping your family and this, that, and the third. Okay. So yeah, I feel like at some point, after hearing Glory moan and groan and complain about how she's the breadwinner, she's been helping, in my opinion, while Glory was failing to also share with him that her family also have done things, they also have, supported her financially. They have also been there for her financially, while failing to even include that in the narrative, in the conversation. Darko got angry, and Darko basically started to feel like they were using her, and so he started influencing her. And Amaka and Glory, not wanting to help the family anymore, you know, was more than happy to have Darko blamed for why she's no longer helping her family. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. And it's bad because it's just sad because that was not the agreement. That's not the unspoken agreement. That's not how it's supposed to go. Once you have found your footing, once you have made it, you've reached a place where you can help, you're supposed to help. Again, Glory has so many non Nigerians in her comments who believe everything that she says. And these are non Nigerians who do not understand the culture, who do not understand how things work. They don't get it. To them, this is like, what kind of a strange arrangement is this? And so they will take her side of the story where she's the one helping the family, this and that and the other, and they will run with it. They'll take that side of her story and run with it instead of seeing it from the general overview. They can't because a lot of them don't understand the culture. And that's why every time that I have defended Amaka in this particular regard, every time I have spoken about how this is just what people do. If you're lucky enough to come from a family where, the parents have money, they don't need to rely on, do like the ant strategy to lift everybody up, then you're lucky. But for a lot of families, this is the reality. They cannot send all of the children to school at the same time. They cannot send all of them to like learn a trade at the same time. They can only send one at a time. And the principle around it is that once that one person has succeeded, the expectation is that that one person will come and help the other. And then once the other one also succeeds, the first one and the second will also help the third one and help the fourth one, until everyone is standing on their own 2 feet. That is the principle. But I'm pretty sure that Glory did not give this detail to Darko. And as a result of that, Darko was made to believe that Glory is basically the breadwinner in the family, lifting everybody up, and she gets nothing in return. And that was the picture that Darko has about this family, and that was how Darko formed his opinion about this family. you know so it's really really sad. And I mean, it's possible that they might work things out, but I don't think it'll be sustainable. I don't think it will last, because we have seen, even with Eric, we have seen them try to work things out. We have seen them try to like raise white flags or whatever. When was it the other time after that Eric came back and said, oh, that he and his sister Amaka have made up, they have settled, let everybody move on, they are no longer fighting? How long did that last? It doesn't last because the foundation is so broken, like there is no fixing it. And these people clearly has no respect for anybody in that family. They have no respect. I'm sure the elders of that family, they have talked and talked and talked. They have become so tired. I don't even think they pick their phone calls anymore. Whenever they see the number and it is, Glory's mother's number, they just, they don't even respond. I think that's where they are right now. I mean, is there anything impossible for God to do? No. Maybe it's possible. They are all still young yet, but I don't think that there will really be full forgiveness, because neither of them is willing to admit. Neither of them. Nobody wants to admit. This one will not admit. Eric will not admit. Amaka will not admit. Glory will not admit. They all see themselves as victims in this situation. And even the mama too, that one is like a major gaslighter. Their mama will say one thing and then do another. Like the whole situation is so crazy. It's so wild. So yeah, I honestly don't feel like there will be real. I mean, I stand to be corrected. I would like nothing more than to be wrong about this, but they have hurt each other so terribly. They have said the quiet part out. They have said things that they can no longer take back. They have done things to each other. And for them to be for there to be like a full resolution, for there to be like a full reconciliation, every single one must admit to the part that they played. Every single one must admit that they have done something wrong. And I don't see that happening. Because even though they say they want to work things out, they want to move on, they want to work things out, they want to move on, but there is still that caveat. The caveat is that you must admit that you wronged me. And then Amaka is on the other side saying, you must admit that my version of what happened is exactly how it happened. And then Glory is on the other side saying, you must admit that my version of what happened is the way it happened. And then Igwe Tupac, Eric is on the other side saying, you must admit that my version of the way it happened is exactly how it happened. And then their mother is saying the same thing. So you see, there is no resolution. There is no, they cannot move forward. They might put like a band-aid though, band-aid resolution. Let us just like put a band-aid. No, it's like putting a band-aid in a leaky dam. You know that dam of water now. You put like a band-aid, you put band-aid, peel me, you put a band-aid in it, thinking it will hold. No, it will not hold. Don't even last 5 seconds, as we have seen. How many times have they called the truce? How many times? Even to the point where Amaka that says she loves her husband, she respects her husband's family. How many times has she come out to say her husband's family have told her to not go, to stop fighting, to stop talking or airing, their situation out in public? How many times has she come out to say this? Only for her to go back to talking again, because they all have their own version of what happened. They all have their own version of who is right and who is wrong. And they are not willing, they are not willing to admit, they are not willing to concede to anybody else. They are not willing to concede. They are not willing to say, okay, yeah, maybe, part of it is my fault. No, the general narrative, the general consensus, the general energy with them is like, it is my version that is most correct. And then Glory will say, it is my version that is most correct. Amaka will say, it is my version that is most correct. Yeah, Mama will say, it is my version that is most correct. Like they are not ready. And I don't think that they will ever be ready. From now till forever, possibly, it is just going to be them putting band-aid, putting band-aid on a leaky dam that will not hold at all. It will not hold. I am Storage. M Storage says, Jade, miss you so much. Where have you been? Hope you're doing fine. I am fine. Thank you so much. Thank you. I know it's been a minute. So much has been going on, and I'm just trying to like rebalance myself and get to a place where I can post more frequently. But there's a lot of things happening, good things, but yeah, I'm having to prioritize what is most important, and that's the reason why I've not been really consistent, unless of course something that is like really, really important. So yeah. Okay. So yeah. Hi, Joyce. Good morning to you as well. How you day? So I'm trying to get back to the swing of things. Hopefully, I'm able to get back and be more consistent with posting. So yeah, you know, it's like none of them wants to like really, none of them really wants to try. They just want to. And I also feel like, yeah, internet don't hear. We've already heard. Even starting the video the way that she started it and basically saying that, oh, she wants to tell us that it's her birthday and she wants to tell us out of the story. That's disingenuous. Because you've been telling your story for since forever, Amaka. You've been telling your story since forever. But you get, we don't hear. There is nothing new other than a little bit of this and a little bit of that. We already know. We've already heard the gist of the story. We already know much of what is going on. Do you get? We don't already know. It's time, but there is a narcissistic tendency that is causing them to come out on social media. Amaka does it, Glory does it, even their mom, they all do it. There's this narcissistic need for them to come out on social media, especially when, you know, nobody's talking about them, people are moving on, there are so many other things happening. It's like nobody's, going to their page or whatever. And so they will just wake up and say, okay, today is the day, let me talk about my family again. It really, in my opinion, has now become a way for them to get people talking about them. That's just really what I see now. Just a way for them to get people talking about them. Okay. You know what I mean? So, yeah, they've now taken this matter, this family matter. I guess they've just decided that, you know what, this matter is, the matter is already bad. So we might as well just continue on. We might as well just continue on. I might as well just continue to milk this because the cat is already out of the bag. So if there's anything that I can get from bringing my family matter to social media, and then I'll just get it. That's the vibe I'm getting from this. I'll just use it to I'll just monetize it.
Me, I can control Uchechi, and I know she will not disappoint us. In Jesus' name, amen. Have a good day, guys. Okay? Have a good day. And thanks to my husband for always respecting my mom. For putting my mom as his mom. Because without him, I don't know, if he's not consoling my mom, I don't know the state of my mom today. If you have a good man, you don't know what God has done for you. If you have a good man, you don't know what God has done for you. All of you that are marrying men, make sure you check their mental capacity. Check if they ran from psychiatric home before bringing them to come and scatter your peaceful home.
Isn't that what I just said? Because yeah, it's one thing, yeah, there's anger and there's this, but that goes on for me, I feel like, especially based on the things that I am hearing, this is based on the things that Amaka is saying. For me, that goes beyond just anger and everything. There is some kind of mental disorder going on, honestly.
And know the kind of friends you introduce to your family. Because not all friends are good. I don't keep friends. Not that I don't keep friends. I have my friends. I pick my friends. But they don't have the right to come and scatter my family. They never bond them well. I'm very firm with my words. This is going to be the last time. If she wants to listen, she'll not listen. But please, stop coming on social media and be telling people that we are the reason why your money did this. Hold that man responsible because he's the one eating your money. Bye-bye. Even when she came to Nigeria to rent a house for my mom, I also followed in furnishing it. Why is she always trying to make it look like any small thing she's the one that did everything? My father was owing debt. It was me that paid the debt. She knew that kind of money was there. Why didn't she pay for it? Did you get? Every small thing, my family is ungrateful, my family is this, my family is that. Meanwhile, the person that is dealing with you is close to you. Please, let's be guided. Please. So if you see the insult I'm giving them, it's because why? They don't too do. And I know those insults are getting to her. I know my sister more than all of you. Outsiders will come and go, but family still stays. So anything I'm doing to her, it's because why? She needs to come to her senses. It is too much for her. She should stop insulting people, especially my mom. She can insult anybody, but not my mom. Because happy birthday to me once more. Yes, may God bless all of us. May God see us through. In Jesus' name, amen. When I was pregnant, I told my sister I was pregnant.
She's so, oh my gosh. Ah! How many times has she said goodbye since? She's so impulsive. That's the thing. Is this not what I was saying? They will never get to a place where they will just say goodbye and really be done. There will always be one more thing that needs to be said. There will always be one more thing that needs to be, you know what I mean? This is the attitude. She just displayed it again. There will always be one more thing that has to be said, the last word, something that needs to be clarified. This is why they cannot really move forward. Let's listen to what she's going to say now.
Pregnant. And my sister now told me that why not come to Serbia? Let's create content together, and then we'll now finally tell everybody that you are pregnant and use that opportunity to see JJ, because since they gave birth to him, I did not see it. And mind you, Serbia is very close to the UK. It's just 2 hours, 30 something minute flight to Serbia. And their flight was just about 40 something pound. So when I saw that, okay, it's a good idea, and I was done like from school at that period, we were on holiday. I said, okay, let me go to my sister's place. And then I went there. We are living happily, and every time I'm seeing them having issue, and I don't care, because this is what husband and wife do normally. Did you get? But one thing I don't like is Darko hitting me when I was pregnant. He made me not to tell my husband. He made me hid it until they came online and was saying it's
Like, what kind of ghetto ass man is that? What kind of ghetto ass relationship is that when your sister's husband will be hitting you? First of all, it's bad enough that your sister's husband is hitting you. What's even worse is that while you are pregnant, your sister's husband is, which kind of your life, which kind of your see finish life be that? Which kind see finish life be that, for goodness sakes? Your sister's husband is hitting you. Hey, which kind see finish life be that? Hmm. Which kind see finish be that though? Like, this whole thing just they do me one kind, like, what? What?
because I don't have food to eat. That was why I came to Serbia. But she made me hide my pregnancy and made me come to Serbia for the whole world, so that we can now unveil it and the people should know. Please let me know. Was it in my house you find out I was pregnant? Was it not on Most Glory's live stream? Was it not on her live stream you find out I was pregnant? Let's be guided. Oh, I'm getting ready to go and celebrate my birthday. We'll do the room. Bye bye.
Now, for this family, oh, now, it's just sad because it's not supposed to be like this, you know? But again, the importance of marrying the right person cannot be overstated, because if these people had married the right person, if these people had married the right, you know, whatever, none of this would have happened, I think. Or maybe it would have. But at least I think they would have enough shame to not even want to like do this. They'll have enough shame and enough respect for their partner. They'll have enough shame to be like, okay, let me not embarrass my partner, let me not embarrass myself, But they don't have any respect even for their partner. They don't like they don't care. Anything goes as far as they are concerned, you know. But like it just so mind boggling that it's just so mind boggling that the man is threatening to put his hands on his sister's, on his wife's sister, number one, threatening to put his hands on his wife's sister, and more importantly, I mean, they are equally important, okay? And also threatening to put his hands on his pregnant wife's sister, on his wife's sister that is pregnant. The lack of respect, it's sickening. It is sickening. It is sad. It never should have gotten to this point, you know. I don't know what kind of bonding technique is that for you to just be pouring out your family history to a man. When those men, they don't even tell you everything about themselves. They don't tell you a lot about themselves. A lot of times you end up finding out things later, later, later. Secret things. But you just meet a man, you start putting down your family, because that's essentially what it is. If you are complaining about how you're the one supporting your family and this and that, obviously I'm not saying that she said, but what other explanation is there as to why he will say, oh, I don't, he will hide, quote unquote, hide her from speaking to her family shortly after she had a baby? That behavior would have come from somewhere. There would have been something that influenced that mindset of, let me hide my wife from her family. I don't want them to talk to, I don't want her to talk to them. Who knows? She probably must have told him, oh, they're going to call and ask me for money. Oh, these people are calling to ask for money again. And then he'll take it upon himself to be like, okay, okay, okay. I don't want these people calling to ask for money. So I'm going to I'm going to block them from speaking to her. That's my only explanation to this. I don't know. Maybe you guys have another explanation as to how that came about. But yeah. Anyways, Joy says the man needs resettling from his bad behavior of hitting women. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. And the thing is, who is even going to reset it for him? Not the woman that is enabling him to do it, or the woman that is it the woman that is denying for him and saying he's not doing that, even when every other member of the family have said that, yeah, he puts his hands on her. So it's definitely not the woman that is hell-bent on protecting that story, protecting him from accountability. Definitely not her. She's not going to do anything. It's just a sad situation. And I just hope that they will get to a place where they can just, even if they don't talk to each other anymore, whatever, just take this mess out of social media, man. Take it out of social media. We've heard the ins and the outs. We've heard every single thing about the story. You know, we have heard every single thing about the story. But again, like I said, this is just something that they are now doing as a way to like make money, because they know that their dirty linens are already out in the open. So, and because, and in spite of their dirty linens being out in the open, it still did not retain the audience. The audience have started to move on. And so they are just going back to airing more dirty linens out in the open, things that are already there. I guess this was a birthday present to herself, you know, airing this matter again, and because otherwise, I don't know. But I feel it's time. We don't already know. Like, this is not new to us again. or maybe they have new followers that they want to like introduce themselves to, but it's sad. Anyways, you guys, yeah, I wanted to do this. I was actually surprised when I saw this that they're still talking beginning of 2026 and it's still back to the same old, same old. I wanted to share my opinion. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Please like the video. Please, it helps the algorithm. Just hit the like button. If every single person here hits the like button, it will make a difference. You know, it will make a difference. So thank you guys so much for being here. Joyce says it's true. They should move on. They should just move on. There's nothing that they have said, like based on what they have said before in the past. Me, I would not even be surprised again. Like, what is even worse than having your own mom arrested allegedly? Like, they've said so many things. They've even talked about buying people and stuff like that. I think, can't remember. They've said a lot, you know. Uh-huh. So, like, there's nothing that they will say that will shock me again. There's nothing that this family will say that will shock me again. They have said it all. So let them just move on, honestly. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Please, like I said, please hit the like button. Help, help, help. Hit the like button. I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye.